keep it simple, I'm just going to put a little salt and pepper and some nice fresh thyme on here. Heads up, you can use dried thyme, or you know what else is delicious? I have a wonderful bag of herb de Provence that I bought over the summer when I was traveling. And that's a dried combination of like parsley, sage, rosemary, thyme, and lavender. Oh, it's delicious. Anyway, you can put a little sprinkle of dried herb de Provence down over the top. I always use a handful of fresh herbs and just a little teaspoon or so, or a teaspoon and a half, or half a palmful of dried herbs. Dried herbs are a lot more concentrated in flavor, so I would just put a little sprinkle of that, and I put a whole handful of the fresh stuff. Salt, pepper over everybody. Some beautiful EVOO, good and certainly good for you. And in my family, we say it gives you a nice shiny coat, too. So then you lightly toss that around and throw it in the oven. Now again, the grape tomatoes that we're going to be using in our dish here too, you can take this as far as you want it. If you leave them in the oven, these guys are going to roast for about a half an hour. If you leave these guys in the oven for half an hour, they're going to be really concentrated and they'll look like little red flat tires. If you leave them in there for 10 minutes, they'll just burst and they'll still have that nice bright flavor. So it depends on how tangy you want your tomatoes to be. They can be in there anywhere between 10 and 30 minutes. It's all up to you. A little drizzle of EVOO on those kids. I love these grape tomatoes. They have such wonderful flavor to them, don't they? Delicious. Oh, I forgot my onion. Come here, softball. When I say softball-sized onion, that's what I'm talking about. You could play a game with it, or you can make dinner with it. Big, beautiful onion. I'll just do my Rach onion hack. I cut the ends off, the little nubbers off, then I make it flat so it doesn't roll away. Peel off the outer layer there. Put that in the old GB. And then bing, bang, boom, run your knife right through it. Nice bite-sized pieces. Mix that in. Throw that on there. Give these guys a little toss. Get that EVOO evenly distributed. Okay. Now, over here, resting so it's cool enough to handle, I have our already roasted garlic. Remember, start this before you start anything because this will take about 45 minutes. Then you got to let it cool a little bit so you can handle it. There we go. Let's pop this guy in the oven. I'll hold off on putting those cherry tomatoes in for a little bit. Down here, big, huge pot. When the water's up to a boil, you salt it. It's the only chance you get to salt the pasta itself. And in goes our beautiful whole wheat pasta, which is very nutty. And more importantly, especially when we're talking about eating healthy, this little guy, these whole wheat pastas, they are loaded with protein and fiber. So anything makes me feel better about eating pasta, I'm all for. Going to drop that in. You're going to cook it to a nice al dente. And heads up, you're going to need to save some of the starchy cooking water right before you drain the pasta. Now we're going to take it over because the pasta is about ready to drain. And we're going to pull out a nice big ladle, oh, I'd say about, maybe 3/4 of a cup of starchy cooking liquid. And at the bottom of the bowl, that garlic is going to break up a little in that nice starchy liquid. And that's going to become the basis for our sauce. Oh, yeah, this is going to be good. Then, in the oven, we'll pull out those nice, beautiful roasted grape tomatoes, or you could use cherry tomatoes. Get those down in there, break those up a little bit with a utensil, and get those mixed in with your garlic broth at this point. And you see how the garlic just breaks right up into that hot liquid? There are no pieces of garlic. It's just a beautiful, sweet, garlicky mish-mash mush, yummy mush. Very technical cooking terms we use in my kitchen. Now comes the fun part. We're going to drain off our pasta nice and al dente because it'll keep cooking when we get it in the bowl there and let it soak up some of that great, wonderful garlic juice. Pasta facial. Whoo! And then I just put it right back in the colander over the pot you cooked it in. And that'll allow it to get a nice, good drain as you're walking it over. And now you see where we're going with this, right, guys? Here goes your roasted ratatouille vegetables, your combination of thyme, salt and pepper, spiced eggplant, zucchini, onion, and red pepper. Get all the kids into the pool. How good does that smell? Oh, roasted vegetables, so beautiful. And guys, you want a super simple dinner to make for your friends? This is it. Keeps everybody feeling good about their diet plan, whatever that might be for them. And you can make it for an army as quick as you can make it for 6 people, which is what this would feed here. And it's beautiful to look at and so easy to make. Now, while the pasta is soaking up that garlic broth, the starchy cooking liquid in the roasted garlic, I like to add a little cheese and toss it, Parmigiano Reggiano. And then I like to just turn it and turn it and turn it until it soaks up all the juice and the flavor right from the bottom of the bowl. It's a huge bowl of vegetables with a little bit of whole wheat pasta. You can feel good about even having seconds with this one, guys. Look at all those vegetables in there, full of vitamins. Little sprinkle of fresh herbs on top, guys. And that's what's for dinner tonight.